In the short, sweet Arctic summer, if you're very quiet and very lucky, you might catch a glimpse of a big bird, white as snow, with eyes like molten amber. Snowy owls are shy, and most people only hear them hooting across the tundra. But if you stumble across a nest, look out. They'll come at you like banshees, talons ready to protect their young. Snowies are the most beautiful of all the owls, and they're special in other ways, too. Most owls are night hunters. Snowy owls must contend not only with a dark Arctic winter, but also with the endless daylight of the Arctic summer. Sharp eyes and ears are not enough. Fierce competition for food knows no season. Every predator must be fast and fearless, and so they are. Their favorite prey is the lemming. When the lemming population is high, the snowy owl does well. When the lemming population crashes, as it does every few years, the owls come face to face with the scourge of the north, starvation. Spring comes to the Arctic all in a rush. The snow melts quickly, but below the surface, the permafrost stays frozen all year round. The water has no place to go. A male snowy owl patrols his territory. In years when there are plenty of lemmings around, the owls are everywhere. But this year, he seems to have half the Arctic to himself. Well, almost. To the polar bears, spring is the beginning of an unbearable heat wave. One lies down, snuggling into the cold, wet ground. Polar bears hibernate in the summer. A buff-breasted sandpiper dances to attract a mate, but he looks like a sailor who had too much shore leave. Snowy owls start their families early. By May, 5 chicks have hatched. Mama's been waiting anxiously for Papa. Ah, there he is. Papa just delivers. Mama teaches the table manners and tells Papa when it's time to get more food. Papa is one busy snowy owl. One egg hatches every 2 days. By the time the last one breaks open, the oldest chick is ready to leave home for good. Papa hunts for the whole family for 50 days. Ah, yes, there's a lemming in the grass. He can hear it. Oh no, he missed. Snowy owls prefer lemmings to any other food. Normally, there are lemming holes every few yards. But this year, Papa has to work hard to find any. Aha! On his way home, he passes through a Jaeger's territory. Jaegers don't like that. The Jaeger chases him all the way home. First, Papa has to round up the big chicks who are already exploring around the nest. That Jaeger's becoming a nuisance. Mama covers up the little ones. Jaegers have been known to attack unprotected owl chicks. More than that, they make a habit of it. He's had enough, but he's still screaming mad. The Arctic fox hears the Jaeger coming, but she's heard it all before. Anyway, she's busy hunting eggs. The Jaeger decides that's not a bad idea. Not far from Hudson Bay, an old squaw duck waddles over to her nest. The Jaeger sees her first and is very interested in what she's sitting on. The fox follows the Jaeger. The duck runs for it, and the clever fox gets there first. The Jaeger is furious, but the fox is not about to be rushed. She picks up an egg and moves away. She just wants to enjoy her lunch in peace. The Jaeger behaves as if he's the squeaky wheel that always gets the grease. But the duck is on her way back. She's not afraid of any old Jaeger. And the Jaeger heads for home. When Papa Owl comes home, everybody wants to know if he brought a present. The chicks are growing fast enough to eat a whole lemming in one swallow, skin, bones, and all. The young leave the nest as soon as they can walk. This one is only a week old, but already it's going on its first hike. Uh-oh, a hunter. The caribou go to red alert. Papa flies up to see what's going on. Mama sits on the nest with the young who are too small to wander. They all wait for Papa to return. But Papa is not coming back. The day goes by, and still there's no sign of him. The tundra seems empty of life. The short spring night descends. Just a few hours of twilight. And still, no Papa. She can't wait much longer. Her chicks need food now. They're starving. So is she. The oldest one wanders away. She takes off anyway. She has to. On a rock by a stream, male ptarmigans gather. With Mama's superb vision, she can see their heads bob like little red flags. The female is harder to spot. She blends so perfectly with the ground. Mama flies back to the nest with her trophy clutched in her talons. She was so hungry she ate part of it right on the spot. The Jaeger followed her home. She's still not certain if she wants to share, but finally, she gives some to the chicks. But she keeps an ear cocked for the Jaeger. Jaegers are always ready to steal food. One chick seems to be missing. Oh, no, there he is. He's used to having Papa bring dinner to him. Mama's not going to coax him back. Hunger should do that job. But he stays hidden in the grass. One ptarmigan is not enough to feed a growing family. The rains sweep over the tundra at the end of June. The temperature drops quickly. All female birds with young in their nests cover them up. The young one is out by himself, far from the warmth of his brothers and sisters. Morning brings a beautiful rainbow, but at the owl's nest, things are bleak. The oldest chick is nowhere to be found. The youngest chick died of the cold. What's worse, the Jaeger is back. This time he brought his mate. Now it's 2 against 1. The Jaegers come in like dive bombers, out of the glare of the sun, straight at her. In snowy owl families, Papa is supposed to be the one who helps defend the nest and who brings home the bacon. But Papa is not coming back. So Mama has two jobs to do. She has to feed her young. She also has to protect them. Without a partner, defense can be a tricky business. One Jaeger at the nest would be irritating, but two of them are downright dangerous. If she tries to chase them off, one might be able to glide down and snatch a chick. If she stays on the nest, covering the young with her wings, the Jaegers will make enough noise to advertise her position to the whole neighborhood, and sooner or later, a fox or a wolf will stop by to see what all the fuss is about. Her family's in trouble. She must act, and she must act now. It's an air war, a real dogfight. Can she hold them off? Anxious eyes follow her. One last run, and they give up. She's too tough for them. She fluffs out her feathers. She is the victor. The Jaegers may be beaten, but they're not cowed. Off they fly, looking for other nests to rob. Now the family is down to 3 hungry chicks. Nearby, a ground squirrel stuffs grass in its cheeks. A polite lemming nibbles the stems one at a time. How much will that mouth hold? The squirrel takes cover. But Mama has another entree in mind. Lemming. Gotcha. In summer, the whole tundra blooms. Down at ground level, the temperature is 30 degrees warmer than on the higher land. Mosquitoes and flies find conditions perfect for breeding. The small birds live off the billions of summer insects, while the billions of insects live off the larger forms of life, like owl chicks. The tundra may be beautiful this time of year, but the larger creatures find it almost unbearable. Mama's white feathers make her stand out like a sore thumb now. That makes it harder to hunt and harder to hide. The lemmings are hard to see, even in the water. She missed. He zigged when she zagged. The fox checks on her 3 kits before she goes off hunting. They're busy, they won't miss her. They're on a hunt too. Ah, yes, the lemming. There you are. Mama's caught a whiff of something, too. Back at the owl nest, only 2 chicks are left, and one is ready to wander. The fox has the nest in sight. The wanderer sees her coming. He hides, but little brother in the nest, he's not paying attention. The chick takes one last look, and now there is only one left. The fox is nervous. Even foxes don't like to mess around with adult snowy owls. A curious squirrel watches the fox run away, forgetting what curiosity did to the cat. Here comes Mama. She missed again. It's September now, and winter is coming. The male caribou are ready to mate. The owl's nest is empty. Her young are all gone. The ducks and geese head south. Maybe she'll follow. She did her best. But will any of her young make it? As the first snow flies, one young male huddles in a drift. He's the only one of the snowy owl chicks to survive. This winter, there are almost no lemmings here. If he's going to have a future, he'd better go south while he still can. After a few hundred miles, there are trees. He's never seen a living tree before, so he lands on the ground. A red fox. He doesn't like the look of that, so he takes off. It will take a year before his feathers turn white, and he's still getting used to this business of flying. But this time, he lands in the tree as if he'd been doing it all his life. Trees have an advantage. You can see for miles. Within a few weeks, he's 1,000 miles from home, on his way to civilization. Down around the St. Lawrence River, a telephone perch seems just as good as a tree. Maybe better. There are more of them. His head turns a full 270 degrees, but his eyes don't move at all. A mouse. It looks like a lemming, but it isn't. He hesitates. And here comes competition. He has just learned his first lesson about civilization. Never hesitate. The great gray owl got his mouse. They won't interfere with each other. The gray owl hunts mostly at night, so the snowy owl will have the day to himself. And it looks like the pickings are pretty good. Comes in silently, gliding like a light shadow. For this mouse, it's as if lightning had struck. He'll keep the rodent population down around here. He'll keep the mice out of the farmer's stored grains, but he won't stay. By spring, he'll be back up north, raising his own family of snowy owls in the new wilderness. When snowy owls are driven out of the Arctic by a shortage of lemmings, they fly south to civilization. Farmers are happy to see them. They control the mice around their barns and fields. But for many years, hunters were happy to see them too. Well, times are changing. In most places, it's illegal to kill or disturb the nest of any hunting bird. But in some areas, it's still legal to stuff snowy owls which died by accident. And some taxidermists are willing to pretend that death by gunshot is just another accident. There's a nice old Indian legend about snowy owls. Many moons ago, in the Golden Age, men and animals lived in unity, but they quarreled, and the Great Spirit left them in disgust, promising not to return until they settled their differences. Ever since, snowy owls have been crying out, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Maybe one day soon, the snowy owl will be able to change that tune in the new wilderness.